So I'm located just north of Toronto, Canada, in this area called Vaughan. It's named after Vince Vaughn, believe it or not. And this area is known for a lot of Russian speakers and Jewish people, and there's a lot of, pretty big Russian-speaking community over here. And as a result, they've set up some kind of a free Ukrainian stuff day today at a local mall. It's a pretty big mall here. And they've set up like a store or some kind of, I don't know, like some kind of sort of a showcase where you can go and get some free stuff. And I thought, I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna show you guys what it's all about. And I took, this morning on this beautiful hot day in Toronto, Canada, to show you guys what is probably the biggest collection of free stuff for Ukrainians you can find here. It's been a while since I've done any updates on the situation in Ukraine. And unfortunately, things aren't going so well for both Ukraine and Russia, it seems. Especially Ukraine, really, when you think about it, because Russia has been indiscriminately bombing so many cities. Russia has shown capable to be able to carry out attacks that target peaceful civilians in city squares, mothers with their children walking around, just minding their own business. The brutal attack on Vinnytsia, on the mall in Kremenchuk. It just shows that Russia's willing to keep doing this. They have an infinite amount of, cruise missiles, infinite amount of, all kinds of, self-guided missiles, maybe guided missiles, that are able to, just wreak havoc on Ukrainian territories, Ukrainian cities, far away from the front lines, way deep into Ukrainian heartland, right? So that's what you have. And basically, you're gonna think, well, how can you escalate that? How can Russia escalate that even further? Because that's what they're doing. They're trying to escalate everything and every single tactic that they're doing. And I say, well, what is going to stop them from trying out a small tactical nuclear weapon on Ukraine, right? What's going to stop them from doing that? And I really don't know, because they've been getting away with it. They've been getting away with killing Ukrainian civilians left and right. And escalation is basically the only thing they can do, because if they don't keep the attention to themselves, Ukraine can take the upper hand in the information warfare, I suppose, arena. And I don't know, they may not have anything to talk about, let's put it that way. But despite that, Ukraine has quite a lot to lose. It has its independence at stake, it has its people's right to live in a free, prosperous, democratic country at stake. Ukrainians simply don't want to be essentially living as slaves under somebody else. And this is basically, I don't know, it's any country's goal, really, is to do that, first and foremost, to be free. So basically, that's what we have. So what I'm trying to say is that this war is going to continue, it's going to go on, and Russia will be defeated sooner, if not later. And basically, there's no other option. There's really no other option. And there's one interesting thing that Jens Stoltenberg said, the General Secretary of NATO. And he said something along the lines that, Europeans have to pay a price in terms of economic sanctions, in terms of, higher energy costs, higher costs for gas, for fuel. And what are Ukrainians paying with? They're paying with human lives. They're paying with human lives. I would go further than that and say that it's going to hurt Europe as well, this war, especially going to hurt Europe as well, not in terms of the cost of higher energy prices, but it's going to, in terms of the, human lives, right? Because every human life, objectively speaking, in terms of how much it will gain, it's a cynical way of looking at it, but you can put value on a human life based on how much it's going to generate in terms of economic output for the GDP for a country, right? A Ukrainian life, even in that sense, for Europeans, it's going to be a lot of economic potential lost, right? So if anything, it's this Europeans' well-being, or European security at stake, first and foremost, right? And that is why I think, aside from being a morally right thing to do, the Europeans and Americans are not going to stop helping Ukraine no matter what. So this is, again, goes to show that this is a war of attrition, and it's going to keep grinding it out. Ukraine's going to keep grinding it out. Russia's going to keep grinding it out. And, if anybody's guess, who's going to have the upper hand? Oh, as you can see, it's a pretty dead day over here today. Very hot and nobody's here. Yeah, that's not Ukraine. That's not Ukraine. So I'm heading to the mall. Somebody's cutting the grass. Toronto's full of these condo buildings that are very tall, and what you have is you have these lawn maintenance companies that come in and trim the grass and trim the hedges, and it's pretty loud if you live around these buildings in the summer. But yeah, all these costs of paying these lawn workers essentially have to be paid by the people living in the building. So we're approaching the mall from the side over here, and I'm gonna try to get to the entrance over there, that fancy entrance, and we're gonna look for that free Ukrainian stuff. Looks like that's the entrance. I'm gonna make my way in there. And time to look for the Ukrainian stuff. So this is apparently entry number 3, and I have to get to entry number 1. Yeah, so it looks like I was correct, and this little event is organized by the Jewish community of Vaughan or of Toronto, and in this area especially they're probably all Russian speaking, and they obviously want to help their compatriots back home. And basically what I'm think is that what they've done is they've actually rented out this like store, and they're trying to basically fill it up with free stuff, and people that want to get anything, they can just go up there and just pick it out. But you gotta wait up in a big line, which is pretty not something that I want to do. I thought I'll just be able to walk in and find what I want, but nah, you gotta wait up in a big line. So yeah, I'm gonna head downstairs, maybe grab some stuff for Oreo to eat, to nibble on. Well, it says no Oreo allowed in the mall. So good thing I didn't take him, but I did give him a bit of a treat and some snacks for us to eat. And time to go home. So what can I say? What can I say about this wonderful experience of going to get free Ukrainian stuff? Well, you gotta stand up in line. Again, if you're up to it, if you wanna spend the day in line, maybe a few hours, maybe an hour, I don't know. I guess it's a decent possibility to get some free stuff, to gain some free stuff. But again, I think this option is only feasible if you're not working anywhere and you have some family members who can go in there and stand and socialize a little bit. The other interesting thing that I just saw was a woman in front of me in the store. She didn't speak a word of English, so she said, "Не понимаю, не понимаю, не понимаю nothing." So that was kind of funny, and the cashier was kind of like looked at her shockingly, obviously. So yeah, making my way home. So guys, I'm heading home, and until next time.